Hello. All right, I think I've got you. I'm gonna test it real quick because YouTube Lives always whoop my butt. So make sure I got this going before I start rambling. All right, looks like we're live. Okay. All right, guys. So let's start off with the May high-level information. We'll look at the cumulative stats for our group of 161 beekeepers. Oh, what is this? Oh, I'm on the wrong sheet. Sorry about that. 161 beekeepers. We had 6.49 million total views as a collective group this month. That rang up to a tune of 38,000 additional subscriptions for the month. Now keep in mind, views are unique views, but subs can technically stack. So that could be, 3,000 of the same people subscribing to multiple different channels. So that's not 38,000 unique subscribers, that's 38,000 subscriptions. But that's still a good month. If we want to compare that to April, we had 40,000 subscriptions, but less than 5.5 million subs. To look at March, 35,000 subs and 6.7 million views. February, 80,000 subscriptions and 17 million views, and that was largely riding on the Yappy train. Without that video from Yappy, these numbers would be substantially lower. So all that said, the 38,000 subs and 6.4 million views is respectable. We had, can you see right over here, 717 I just can't speak today, total videos posted on the period. Well, for some reason my chat's not working, guys. I'm seeing it on my phone, but I'm not seeing it on my computer, so I may not see your chat, so I'll check it periodically. Forgive me if I miss something. But thanks for joining. I don't think I've ever had 5 people in a chat. I'm up to 6 now, actually. I've got 6 people in my chat. All right, so anyway, those are the top level numbers. Nothing stellar, kind of just a normal month. Let's go into the sorted chart where we will filter by category. So, drum roll. The top views in the period belong to Yappy B-Man himself at 1.2 million views. Mr. Ed came in at just over 500,000. Ian at the Canadian Beekeepers blog channel, just 2,000 shy of second place with 565,000 views. Kaylee at the Honeystead, 412,000. Cayman Reynolds, 329,000. Freddie Boy, 320. David Burns, 311. David at Barnyard Bees, 230. Flowhive, the Flowhive channel, they've been getting quite a few views and subscriptions lately. They're at 212. Black Mountain Honey, Lawrence, 209,000. And Clickbait Captain Vino Farms, 202,000 views. Let's see, honorable mentions. Bob Benny hanging in there strong at 165. Bob Benny's awesome. Let's see who else we got in the top. We'll look at the people who had over 100,000. Bob Benny, UOG Honeybee Research Center, 33 Mile Bees. Good job, Phil. 628 Dirt Rooster, Mr. Randy McCaffrey himself, 133,000 views. JP the Bee Man, kind of a down month for JP, 120,000. This is probably the worst month to date that I've seen for JP the Bee Man. Now I haven't fact checked that yet, but he's generally significantly higher than that, and it's unusual because just last month he made his comeback, sort of, or was it April? Anyway, I think it was April. He made those 2 videos, and up until that point he had been on a 7-month hiatus, and he was still cranking out high levels of views. He makes 2 videos, and now his videos dip, so not sure what that's about. Bruce's Bees, He has eclipsed that 100,000 view mark for the period. Jason Chrisman, 87. Jose, California Beekeeping, or the California Beekeeper, sorry, Jose, 64K. Bohemia Bees, 62. I could go on and on, but everybody else's, it rapidly falls off after the 100,000 mark. There's a bunch of people in the 20s, 30s, teens, 10s, and then us common folk down here towards the bottom. You're in good company, commoners. Let's look next at who had the most subs in period for the period. Sorry, the most subs for the month in the period. Let's see here. And it is Kaylee at the Honeystead. She had 4,200 subs in May. She went from 61,800 to 66,000. That is pretty substantial. That's a 6.36% growth on the period. Yappy had 4,000. David Burns had 3,200. Old Texas Bee Works, she had 3,000. Cayman 16. UOG 16. Mr. Ed 1,000. Ian 1,000. Fred 1,000. David at Barnyard 1,000. Black Mountain 1,000. Bob Betty 900. So you guys kind of see what we're working with here. Now, before we go to the max growth percentage on period, let's look at who's close to that 1,000 sub threshold. Did Gus get it? I know Gus was close. Let's see. Barnyard B still has the most. He's barely beaten Flowhive. Flowhive kind of came out of nowhere. They've been grinding it out because it was JP was in second place for the longest time. Now Flowhive is making a run at it. And excuse my formatting on this column. I don't know what I got going on here. All right, let's see. Look at that. Oh, Gus Mitchell, I guess he got over 1,000 last month. I knew that. Let's see. Horizontal Bees is in 1,000. Premier Bee Products in 1,000. Keeper of the Bees is very close. Baddest Bees, very close at 920. Craig Branch, the sideline beekeeper, he's up to 884. And this data was as of 7 days ago, so this isn't accurate as of today. This was as of May 31st. Bruce over at the Swarmstead, he's at 881 at 4.77% growth. He should be there very soon in the 2 months. So early August, I'm guessing Swarmstead will be at 1,000. So good luck to you there, Bruce. And these four right here are probably the only ones that are going to get close. Keeper of the Bees, Baddest Bee, Sideline Beekeeper, and Swarmstead. They'll be the next to 1,000, or as YouTubers call it, monetization threshold. I'm probably the only one who calls it that. All right, let's look at who had the highest percentage growth on the period. We will ignore the top 3 rows because those are people who don't have their subscriber count public. So after those 3, William at the Dry Cut Homestead. Look at that, Will. You have the highest percentage growth on the period at 49.3%. Good job, buddy. You went from 36 to 71. Oops, I'm getting a phone call, of course. Sorry. Texas Beekeeper, she's at 39.05% growth, which is pretty good. Oh, that's not right. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I was thinking of Texas Bee Works. Sorry. Sorry, Texas Beekeeper. You are not the blonde I had confused you with. Sorry. 103 to 169, 39%. Sawmill Charlie's up 36% from 107 to 168. Houston Sheldon Bees, 96 to 148. That's a 35%. There's really strong numbers this month. We usually don't see this big of a surge consistently with this many people, so that's pretty cool. Kodiak Farm, he is up 34.45%, up to 209 as of 531. Mike at Coon Lake Hives, 29.41%. He bumped 15 subs on the period. Earl at Hillbilly Beekeeping, up 25.29%. Earl's just making me look bad. I started way before him, and he already has way more subs than I got, so good job, Earl. South Carolina Happy Bees, 22.65%. They're up in that 650 range now, so that's a healthy place to be. Good job. Sarah's Happy Hives, she's up 22%. She added over 50 subs in the period. She's up to 228, so that's a pretty strong move. 6 videos posted in the period. If y'all will notice, there's a correlation here between this percentage growth in the videos posted per period. Now, that's not always the case. One doesn't necessarily cause the other, but there is a positive correlation there to keep in mind. Phil at 33 Mile Bees, we already mentioned he had a great month, up 20%, and Full Frame Apiary up 20%. Well, from 4 subs to 5 subs, so that's a strong percentage move there, even on a single-digit increase. What did Gus Mitchell get? 12.71%. That is pretty good as well. Let's look at the videos posted in the period. We all know who posted the most videos. It's always a tight race between Lawrence and Bob. But here's what we got. Walker B Ranch, 57 videos. I just don't get it. I don't know how that's possible, but I guess it is. Right on his heels, Lawrence at Black Mountain Honey, 42 videos. Lawrence is still doing a great job. He's up to almost 15,000 subs, almost a 7% month, so that's awesome. South Carolina Happy Bees, 35 videos. Lee, 23 videos. Bruce, 23 videos. Earl, 22 videos. Pine City Apiary, 21 videos. Hooterville Honeybees. Don't know much about Hooterville yet. Sounds right up my alley, so I'll have to get caught up on those videos. 20 videos, good job. Happy Bees at 18, Dry Cut at 16. And keep in mind, guys, if you're hearing these numbers on the videos and you're like, no, I didn't make 16 videos, I made 15. Please keep in mind, YouTube does weird stuff on the video counts. I can't explain it. I've noticed it ever since I started doing this a year and a half ago. It's like the counts shift, and it's just weird. So I might be off by 1 or 2, so just bear with me if I missed you there. I think the net difference is pretty comparable. One thing I didn't mention, speaking of videos, check this out. Texas Bee Works. She had a negative 322,000 view month. I also noticed that she had less views she had less total videos than she should have. Basically, last month she had a certain amount of videos. She made this many new videos, but she had less videos than what that accumulation would be, and there's a negative view count. So that tells us that she actually deleted a video for some reason. Interesting. I couldn't recognize which one it was. I've seen, I think, all of them, but I couldn't figure it out. Even with that said, it was still a good month. Even with her bringing the total down, she usually helps carry some of that. One thing I did want to talk about, let me scroll through the comments here. Holy smokes, I'm way behind. I don't think that's gonna happen. So one thing I did want to talk about, guys, real quick. So if you're watching this video live, you probably watched the stream team. That's the usually weekly video put on by Brian, Bruce, and Greg. And week before last, they asked everyone to send in videos about questions. And so I sent in a question, and my question was about monetization. Now, I know that can be a sensitive subject because as mentors and instructors or just educators and people who want to put out valuable content, we don't want YouTube to be about the money. I get that. That's a grand and altruistic way to approach it, and I get it. But my question was, and I think it was partly answered and partly not, and I don't think it was intentionally. I don't think I made myself clear. So I do want to go back to that and rephrase what I was asking, and then kind of give a little more light to it with some of the data that I've been collecting. So if you are a YouTube beekeeper, if you post videos, if you're one of these guys up top, Hillbilly Beekeeper, well, he posted 22 videos. I don't know if Earl cares if he makes a dime from YouTube. But the fact of the matter is we spend time and money making these videos, not any different than we spend time or money collecting honey or rearing queens or collecting propolis or wax or making candles or building frames. We do all that because we enjoy it and we like sharing that experience with others, but we also enjoy being paid. And so my question was just, is it worth your time, comparatively speaking? Is making YouTube videos comparable in the time to income ratio or relationship compared to doing the other typical beekeeping tasks? And they were very honest and upfront, and I appreciate that. Brian and Greg said that it's not enough money to really worry about, and they spend a decent amount of time on it. So maybe if you're busy, you don't want to spend time doing it. I think Bruce said that he does look forward to that. I think he said it adds up a little bit, but it's not a significant amount of money. So anybody who watched that, I guess what I want to say is I don't want you to be discouraged, because there is some money to be made in YouTube, and it may not be substantial, but I don't make a substantial amount of money selling honey either, but it's still fun and it can be rewarding. So I wanted to dive into that just a little bit. So I've got another tab here, and I kind of wanted to show you guys a couple things. So I filtered the May data list into a new group based on one primary threshold, and that was, of all those people, of the 161 channels, which ones have posted 300 videos or more. And of those people that have posted 300 videos or more, there were, so that was how many? Sorry, I thought I had my data ready and I only have so much of it ready. Yeah, sorry. So that's 29 beekeepers have 300 videos or more. Of that, the average between all these views per month is something like, I don't know, I can't see. Oh, there it is. 127,000 views average for anybody that has over 300 videos posted. That's not an insignificant amount of money, in my opinion. And so if you don't know, and I've been collecting not just this data, but I've been collecting actual CPM and RPM data as well, and it's not just beekeeping. I get paid for a couple other YouTube channels that are monetized. This apiary channel is not monetized yet, but I'm familiar with the process. So just so you guys know, 127,000 views in the period is worth approximately, let me get out my calculator real quick. That's worth about $500 a month. So on average, if you are a YouTuber with over 300 videos posted, that could be $500 a month. Is that a lot of money? No, it's not a lot of money. It's not going to pay your bills. You can't quit your job. But I mean, if you're a small-time outfit and you don't have a lot of bees, think about it this way. To make a living beekeeping, you really need hundreds, if not thousands, of beehives. Hundreds at least. But the cool thing about YouTube is you could beekeep with 2 hives and technically get enough views to make a living. Now, I don't want to call anybody out specifically, but let's just say, let's look at not Flowhive. Let's look at Honeystead. This isn't exact because I'm approximating the RPM, but I've got an RPM that's the average of a lot of data that I've collected. So approximately over $1,500 Honeystead can make in a month. And so you could do that with 1 hive or 50 hives or however many hives, and that's substantial to me. I think that's probably worth someone's time. How many videos did she make? She made 13, but there were people who made less videos that had a comparable amount of videos. So that's pretty important. Oh, one thing I did meant to mention, or it's probably worth mentioning, excuse me. These this column here, videos, total videos at the end of May. This is strictly filtered by the amount of videos they've posted. So these are the people, the 20, 30 beekeepers that have the most videos on YouTube. Of this group, there are only 2 that are not at monetization levels yet. And that's Hooterville Honeybees and that's Swarmstead. And they're close, and they're going to be there probably within months. So if you are wanting to use YouTube to make a little bit of side cash, not get rich unless you're Yappy Bee Man, you just keep cranking it out. Make videos, put them out consistently. The views will come and the subscribers will come. There's a pretty clear correlation between the amount of videos you post and the subs you have. Now there's a wide range, but if your goal is to get to monetization, you can do that. Just keep posting those videos. So I think that's all I've got for now. I will do one quick scroll through the comments. Oh, Jesus Christ, here we go. Nope, too many. There's 15 people in here. That's wild. I usually have 2. But seriously, I do appreciate all the feedback I get from the other YouTubers. Putting this data together for me is just fun. It's something I like to do. At some point, I think it would be fun to associate an average RPM dollar value with the views in the period. We could technically estimate how much revenue beekeeping YouTubers are generating on a monthly basis. What does that mean? Nothing really. It just satiates my curiosities. But I think it would be cool to see. But I do try to tread lightly on the topic because I know it is personal to some people, and finances are everyone's own business. So if someone doesn't want to share, they obviously don't have to. But if you are monetized and you do want to share your average CPM or RPM, shoot it over to me. And I won't disclose it personally. I won't say this person's CPM or RPM is this. I can keep that in a hidden column and just use it for average calculation. So if you want to contribute to the science and data collection, that's cool. If not, no biggie either, because we'll get there eventually. All right, guys, good job. Keep up the good work. June is just around the corner, and go catch some bees. See ya.